Hey friends, this is Darlene. I'm going to do another ancestor reading today. And I'm going to try to shorten this today. So I'm going to ask Spirit I'm going to just pull 3 cards and ask Spirit to narrow the field, please, for me, of those ancestors that want to come through today. So I'm asking Spirit to bring in a message who most needs to hear it, for the relative to step forward and guide me, of course, hearing them clearly, and then we'll get started. All right, so here, these 3 cards will be what gives me the springboard to bring in your ancestor. Okay, and then I'll use a different deck. Let me see, no, there's this one. To tell a story about you, so you will know. In other words, this is going to tell me who your ancestor is that's coming through. This will tell me who you are and a little bit of story about what's going on in your life. So it'll be a little mini reading for you over here. And that way you can put these 2 together and you will know if this is your relative and this is your story. Hope that made sense. All right, let me see. Actually, hold on just a minute now. I'm trying to, because I've got multiple voices, and let me just try to narrow this down, please. All right, Spirit, I'm asking that just one person step forward, please. All right, thank you, thank you. All right, so what I'm getting is a, oh, he's beautiful. I mean, I'm just feeling his energy is really beautiful. There's a strong, beautiful soul, a black male that's stepping forward and claiming this reading for his relatives. So let's see what he wants to say. And then, of course, this can be a little mini reading too. This person, I actually think he liked to go to magic shows. Maybe that was kind of a hobby of his, or he just liked it, or maybe he watched videos. I don't really know. But he was also good at manifesting things. He was the patriarch of his family, but in a very, very loving way. He was not necessarily religious. He was more spiritual in nature. You know, people just kind of felt good when they were around him. He had this real sweet, calm nature about him. Had a good sense of humor. You know, he was energetic. Let me see what else is coming through. I want to say, this is very specific. If it's not your message, don't worry. It's not your message. Or your relative in this case. He's telling me that he took a trip, that you will know him because he took a trip to the desert somewhere. I don't know where this desert is in the world, but it was a very, very meaningful trip for him in some capacity. I don't know if he was taken by the beauty there, or if it was the people he went with on the trip, or when he went there he had some kind of experience. But he really felt, in his words, and I don't think you would know that necessarily, maybe he shared this with you, but he's feeling like, what he's telling me is, no one knew what an awakening experience that was for me. It was just like a highlight of his life. And so that's a very specific message for someone. And as I said, this could be any desert in the world. It could be Egypt comes to mind. It could be in the United States. It could be anywhere. I mean, on any continent. Not getting specifically, although I do keep hearing Egypt. This reminds me somehow, all these stairs reminds me of the pyramids. So if that's relative, but it doesn't have to be. All right, now let's move over here to your side and what your story is. So you will know that this relative is coming in to say hello, to share their love with you. Because that's why they come through. They come through so you know they're okay. So you know they're watching you and what's going on in your life. It's confirmation that they see what's going on and they still care. Obviously, they do. They never stop caring. Just because we can't see them does not mean they are not with us, because they are. So I'm asking Spirit to give me a message for those who will find this reading and connect with this ancestor. All right. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see. Well, somebody out there is going through a very hard time right now. I think somebody has just experienced a theft. Somebody stole from them. Your ancestor is saying they see that you are really feeling stabbed in the back. This feels like a very clear message. You were stabbed in the back. Someone stole from you or did something very, very sneaky. In fact, it looks to me like they stole money from you. You could have a white dog. I've never even really noticed those dogs on this card, so that's jumping out at me. That always speaks to authenticity. So you, whoever you are, hearing this message may have a white dog. I'm not just hearing dog, I'm hearing white dog specifically. So you'll know this message is for you. And again, this is very specific. You know, this terrain here where this person is in this card looks very desert-like, doesn't it? And the tents here almost, again, it reminds me of some scene you would see in, I don't know, an Arabian desert or somewhere in the Middle East, somewhere possibly. So I don't know if that means anything to you, if that maybe is someplace you've traveled or someplace where this might have taken place, even where this theft might have taken place, that you experienced this. And again, this could be, when I say theft, it could be a real estate, you know, it could be you were swindled in real estate or something. That's also coming up. So, because I keep getting drawn to these tents and this house in the background here. That could certainly be a message for you. Yeah, and because of that, you are holding on tight to your money these days. You are, in fact, being miserly, and that could be because you're afraid not to hold on to your money very tightly, or one of the messages I'm getting here, though, is because of this experience, not only you holding on to your money, but they're saying, but sometimes when you hold, if you can imagine holding something in your fist, yes, you're holding that in your fist, but also nothing else can get into your fist when you're holding it tightly. So your ancestors is wanting to say, okay, yeah, they understand this, but also be careful not to prevent other things from coming to you, because you're stuck and you're sitting here not allowing anything else to come in because you're guarding what you have so very tightly. So that's a message for someone. Yeah, apparently this really did impact your money because you're juggling. They're just acknowledging that you are juggling. Yeah, this feels like some incident that took place in a foreign land. I don't know why I'm being drawn to these ships in the ocean here. Somehow, some way. Yeah, and then justice, something, and that involved a legal system. So this could have been something somebody went to jail for, or unless perhaps this was you could be the person who did this, who then ended up going to jail over it, potentially even. That could be one storyline. Yeah, and there was a choice made. I don't want to get too down here. We get the energy gets weaker as we go down here. But there was a choice made. And let me just see. Yeah, it feels like there were, okay. Again, I don't want to get too far down in the energy. It gets weaker and less accurate too. But this involved your family. Yeah, it was really kind of all-consuming. Whatever choice you made, and maybe this again was an investment, or maybe you got scammed, or maybe you were the scammer, I don't know. But whatever choice you made impacted, it feels like your wife or the female figure in your life, if you were a man, but your partner, let's say, because I've got a male and a female here is why I said that, and your children, your family, your children. And this brought a lot of hardships and a lot of burdens, you know, to your situation because what happened here. Yeah, see, but the good news is, and they're saying, so we have back to back the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So the Nine of Wands represents the wounded warrior, perseverance, you know, continuing on even when it's difficult. But the Ten of Wands, yeah, you have more wands to carry, and it's a super heavy burden, but it means you're at the end of the journey. Tens reset to aces. So it means you're at the very end, and they're telling me to tell you, so don't give up. You're at the end. Don't give up. Persevere, because there is something new and loving coming your way. Something beautiful and loving coming your way. And I don't want to go any deeper. That's really too deep as it is. So I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, and the story fits for anybody out there, know that your loved one is just saying that they see what's going on in your life, and they are supporting you even though you can't see them, that they are there, and they want you to know that they love you, and they are they're reaching out from the spirit world to say hello. And that's it. Okay, well, until next time, folks, thanks for those of you who watched this video, and I hope it brought some light and love into your life. Thank you. Bye-bye.